What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know. First, let me offer up a very humble apology. I fell down on my own promise to myself. It's been about 6 weeks since I've locked in and dropped a video. I'm here to tell you, life be lifing, and it's the journey. There's always a season. Sometimes seasons happen within months, sometimes over the course of weeks, sometimes in days. But we back, baby. We back. And as the shirt says, millionaire lesson number 5, sometime you have to be a hodler. Okay, what is a hodler? I'm sure, for those of you in the investment world, you may have heard of the term HODL. You know what I'm saying? Basically is hold on for dear life. It's an investment term that originated out of the crypto space. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solano. It's a brand new asset class. It's probably only been around for about 15 years. And Bitcoin is the alpha asset. And on January the 10th, 2024, for the first time in the history of the asset, the SEC approved it for institutional investing. What does that mean? It simply means billions, hundreds of billions, and at some point trillions of dollars can now legally pour into it as an actual asset class. And so you got these big institutional investors who will probably make somewhere between a 1 to 5% allocation to multi-billion-dollar portfolios that ultimately will treat Bitcoin as a part of their diversification. But we're not here to talk about Bitcoin tonight. We're here to talk about hodling, holding on for dear life. Over the past 6 weeks, I've gone back and forth, just lifing. Nothing too major, just some life transitions. Opportunity presented itself professionally to lend itself to my family legacy. And, my parents have a extraordinary nonprofit that's been around. It actually celebrated 25 years in January, commensurate with my son's 24th birthday. He was actually born the year he was consummated, the year that my mother and father actually birthed this nonprofit called Parent University. And an opportunity presented itself for me to step into kind of step in to the family nonprofit in a leadership capacity to help take it to the next 25 years. So I've been working closely with my parents and their leadership team, and it's just one of those opportunities I couldn't pass up. It's almost felt like a duty, like an obligation, like now was the time for me to help to take it to the next level. And with that, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of doubt on whether or not, is this the role for me? And so I just kind of let go and let God, and have just been walking that path. And it's been intriguing, extraordinarily intriguing. But there's no excuse. I must admit to you, I was simply falling down on the job of putting out this content. My son, shout out to Ahmad, he pulled my coattail on it, and he says that, Pop, you don't have to always do it in this setting. You can do it real time. Because in addition to the family legacy, I went and acquired a skill set about a year and a half ago and became a licensed CDL driver, and went into partnership with one of my partners and have been running 18-wheeler trucks anywhere between, 2 to 4 hour radius from my hometown, Port City. Shout out to Savannah, Georgia, one of the top 3 producing ports in the nation. For a small city of less than 400,000 is phenomenal. It's a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. And one of my partners pulled my coattail to come and join him to help try and grow his carrier business. And I've been running trucks. I've been trying to establish myself with the family legacy. And my son was just like, man, hop back on, put the content out there. Stay with it. Stay with it. Because I have so much I want to share with the world through my life experiences that hopefully, if just one person garners something from what I share that can change the direction or the trajectory of their life, man, then it's all good. And that's all I want to do, because ultimately between my wife, my sons, my dear friends, they hear me talk about this stuff all the time. So with that, the millionaire habit for this week, millionaire habit number 5, is stay with it, man. Hold on, because opportunity is born out of adversity. And what I mean by that is, if you can position yourself in your world, in your life, so that when adversity comes, when change comes, when uncertainty enters into your life, you're in a position both mentally, and this is a finance channel, economically, because the economics play a big toll on the mental, to weather that adversity, to stand in the heart of the storm, 10 toes down, and be prepared for the storm that's coming. If you can position yourself to be prepared, not only can you weather the adversity, but you can find a way to take advantage of it and position yourself in the heart of the storm to come out stronger on the back end. And so, again, HODLer, it's a financial term that was born out of the crypto space. And I'm gonna drop this nugget on you. So the beautiful thing about getting positioned to stand in the eye of the storm is when you've made certain allocations during the preparation time, when it's not a storm, when things are good, you can actually weather the adversity while your assets that you've allocated towards can continue to work on your behalf. And I'm here to tell you right now, I'm gonna give you this nugget. Matter of fact, I'm gonna save that nugget for you, because at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you a macro and a micro, as well as a money where my mouth is insight that, who knows, you might be able to put a few dollars, allocate a few dollars into this space that could prove fruitful. But hey, I'm not offering up any financial advice. Do your own due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube who enjoys talking about all things business, investing, and how to navigate life while being an investor and standing down in the eye of the storm. Because one of my partners said, sometimes the best thing you can do is stand still and just hold on to where you're at. I know life be lifing, and sometimes, we want to freak out. We may want to sell investments to make life a little easier. But I'm here to tell you, once you've lived in such a way where you've been blessed with more than enough, you always know that any rough patch that you journey through is temporary. And as Steve Harvey said, and I ain't the biggest Steve Harvey fan, but every now and then the brother drops jewels, and regardless of whether or not I agree or disagree with how somebody does something in regards to getting their money or their opinions they share, hey, if they drop a nugget and I can put it in my tool chest, I'm gonna pick that nugget up. And one thing he said was, which was profound, and if you think about this, I'm 51 years old. And whatever your age, I want you to think about this. As of today, you have made it through 100% of your bad days. The worst times in your life. As of today, August 25th, you have made it through 100% of your worst days. And guess what? You may be in a storm right now. This may be one of your worst periods currently today. But I want you to remember all of those bad days you made it through. And you still here, you still striving, you still pressing forward. And better yet, you've been blessed with the opportunity to do it again. So with that, the lesson, millionaire habit lesson number 5, sometimes you just have to hold on. And that's okay. Sometimes you just have to hold on to where you're at, gather yourself, and be prepared to take advantage of the adversity that's been thrusted into your life so that you can come out the other end of it stronger. That's millionaire habit number 5. Hold on. You got to be a hodler. Hold on for dear life, and you can be prepared to take advantage of that adversity and come out a better version of yourself on the other end. But real quick, as I promised you, so as far as my investment philosophy, Daryl O'Neal, my investment philosophy, I believe in diversification via asset classes, okay? And when I say asset classes, it's like, you hear folks saying, you should diversify. Diversification is for folks who don't understand what they're doing, okay? First and foremost, don't let anybody tell you any different. But for me, what I've done is asset class, because there's only really like 4 asset classes. You got real estate, you have equities, which is stocks and bonds, you have businesses, whether you own and you can invest in, and the newest asset class, cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, the alpha asset in that space. I can't tell you about any other crypto. It's simply, there is no second best. It's simply Bitcoin, and everything else is an offshoot of Bitcoin. So rather than figuring out the offshoots, good luck with that. I don't know anything about that, but Bitcoin. And so, I currently hold 1.2 Bitcoins. I have 1.2 Bitcoins. I have an equity portfolio, and I have a real estate portfolio, and our family own and operated, managed by my wife. We own a tax preparation business, and I get to as much money as I can get to, whether it's from driving trucks, helping with my family legacy, or by any means necessary, legally, of course. But the nugget I want to share with you is we're currently in the midst of the Bitcoin super cycle. It happens every 4 years, and we're in the 4th super cycle, all right? And all the super cycle simply means is that by the time the masses realize that this asset class is a legal, viable asset class, it usually results in a spike in evaluation. Now, it's a super volatile asset. A lot of folks call it pixie dust. A lot of folks don't believe in it, but I encourage you, do your own research. The first book I read on Bitcoin was called The Bitcoin Standard. You want to peep that book? Do a deep dive. Like I always say, do your own research. Educate yourself. Make your worldview bigger. And so there's an opportunity in this next super cycle that has the potential to 2, 3, 4, 5 times an allocation. It could be $1,000 to turn into 2,000, could be 10,000 turn into 20,000, could be 100,000 turn into 200,000. But it's something I definitely think you should look into. If you have some mad money you want to put it to the side, because here's the the beautiful thing about investing. Once you put money into an investment, you have a tendency to pay more attention. When you get that free game and you don't have any skin in the game, you don't pay as much attention. But your attention goes way up when you actually have your money in the game. And I have several thousands of dollars of allocations in that space that, hey, it could go to zero and we're going to still keep the lights on. There's going to still be food in the refrigerator. And you should not be investing if you don't have the ability for that money to go to zero, or you don't need the money for the next 5 years. If you can't absorb it going to zero, and if you don't have the ability not to touch it for 5 years, then you know what? Tighten up your foundation. Leave the investing alone. Learn how to save money and keep money. And more importantly, when things get tough, hold on. Hey, YouTube, I appreciate y'all. I'm back. You know, we're going to make another run at it. We're going to keep going for it. And I appreciate y'all who took the time to at least click the video. You know, if I shared anything of value, show love. Until next time, YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Peace.